When you train alone, and I lived alone for so many years in this misery, and you're able to get out by yourself.
It was just me alone in the gym, me alone in the mirror, me alone in my head. No one did it for me. I worked for it. I'm never going to let someone else take that from me.
I can take myself to such a level of real passion and purpose. And like the feeling I get is something I can't even explain by myself. I don't need anyone. That's why people come to me to motivate them. No one can motivate me. People want to know how I'm always motivated. It's the unseen work. I'm out running at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, in the gym, long sessions by myself. You were there. You know this. There was no one there to pick up the rucksack, to pick up the boat, to pick up the log, to go in there. It was you. It was you. There was no pat on the fucking back at 300, at 275, at 250, at 220. No, that was you. So those things that come out of me, that extract from me in the darkness, people are looking for that pat on the back. Where is it? Oh, I don't need it. Because what I've done is in the fucking unseen work, I built Frankenstein. So whenever shit gets nasty, David Goggins goes, we had nobody anyway, motherfucker.
So there's times where you can go without your friends, you can go without going out, you can go without other people around you. You have to separate yourself from the pack. You have to be willing to spend time with yourself. You have to be willing to start cutting things out of your nutritional program. Eat healthy. Get enough rest. Get enough sleep. All of these things come into play of finding your purpose. And it's almost sacrificing. You have to sacrifice.
This isn't for the masses. This is for those who are leaving normal behind. Those who are in search of a new realm. It's a lonely journey. You're isolated. Those who used to keep pace with you will fall off. They'll see where their world ends and yours begins. Your ability to suffer, endure, outwork must be greater. You must be willing to extend yourself to the limit with no guarantee of success. Every day, you must ask yourself, did I do enough?
Everybody's asleep, man, or just getting home after a long night. Going out there partying, fighting it. It's close to 3 in the morning right now. The thing is, man, it's always going to be a party. There's always going to be a time to celebrate and a time to join friends or a day that, the bars are always open. Always open. No matter how old you are, they're always open, What's not always open is the opportunity to check the box in life, to achieve your dreams. That's not always open, man. And it's funny, it's like, I'm not saying you do it all the time and everything else, because everyone needs a release in life. But it's funny when you're coming here and you're closing the gym up, and there's no one in the parking lot except for my car. So, that's lonely, man. Just like being this only car out in the parking lot. But if you're cool with that, man, if you're cool with walking in the shadows of yourself, and, the only person you got is the man right there in the shadow, man. If you're cool with that kind of walk of life, I tell you, man, the world is your playground.
Time alone, again, will make you see, first of all, who God is, second of all, who you are, and the third thing, it lets you see what will fit you, what's suitable for your life, where is your sweet spot, what works for you.
The one companion that's always going to be with you is yourself. And I think the first thing we have to do is we have to get ourselves to the point where we don't necessarily need a companion. We don't want to be left alone by ourselves with ourselves. So we come in and we sit down and we get on our phone or we turn on the TV because we don't want to face the reality of being by ourselves with ourselves. And so, fellas, I would say start making yourself a companion that you're comfortable with.
The biggest thing you have to do is shut off technology. You have to go dark. What I mean by that is you have to be quiet in your mind. Get away from people. We love being around people. We love talking. We love We love parties. It's okay to be alone. So you gotta go to the truth first. Who are you? Get really accountable and say, okay, who am I? What's the truth about me? Get to that dark place in your mind. Figure out. It may take months, it may take years. Figure out your purpose. Figure out what you want to be in life. And then from there, okay, I have my purpose. It may take a long time. No one knows their purpose because it's too loud.
Nobody's coming to save you, big dog. You still don't get that. Your whole life, everything that's happened is all on you. Every decision, every messed up habit, every poor choice, it's all led you here. You're standing in the mess you created. The only person who's gonna pull you out of this spot is you. No more excuses, no more pointing fingers, no more blaming the world for where you're at. You want change? You wanna level up? Then it's time to get real with yourself. Get focused, get ferocious. You gotta dig deep and find that fire inside you, the one that doesn't take no for an answer. It's not about what you could have done or what should have happened. It's about what you're gonna do right now. No one's handing you a lifeline. No one's coming to bail you out. It's all on you.
Thanks for staying with us until the end. If this video fired you up or gave you the push you needed, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content.
Hello, this is Jessie and Lenny here from Table Manners, and we're sponsored by Deliveroo.
You know that feeling after a long day when there's nothing in the fridge and you're craving a takeaway? Well, I've got the solution.
That's right. With Deliveroo Plus, you get free delivery on eligible restaurant and grocery orders straight to your door in as little as 25 minutes.
And with Plus Gold, you can get 10% credit back on restaurant orders of £30 to spend on your next order.
Just visit deliveroo.co.uk/. Plus Silver $3.49 a month and Plus Gold $7.99 a month. Geographical restrict, partner eligibility, service fees and full Plus terms apply.
Welcome to the Resilient Mind podcast. In this episode, you will be listening to Break Free, Overcoming Mental Conditioning with Sadhguru. Get access to the Resilient Mind journal by clicking the link in the show notes. Enjoy.
About if you do bad things will come for you. This has been the way of the world. You don't need the word karma for that, because people have been trying to control people, either with fear or guilt. This has been the basis of a whole lot of things happening in the world. If you do this, you will go to hell. If you do that, you will go to heaven. Otherwise, here itself it will happen to you, whatever. Or there is somebody up there with a stick waiting and they will whack you. All these kind of things. Essentially, you're trying to manage humanity, control humanity with fear or guilt.
Yeah.
Fear and guilt, I see particularly in the Western world, is like enormous. It is in the psyche of people in such a big way. Well, karma is not about fear, karma is not about guilt, karma is about liberation. It is about freedom. Because you're a composite, as you sit here, you're a composite of various memories within you.
Yes.
It goes back, it goes way back, but let's start with amoeba in recent times.
Okay.
From amoeba to now, the whole evolutionary process in some way is recorded in this body. Otherwise, this body would be confused every other day whether this is human or not. This is 100% clear that this is human, this is evolutionary memory, always there. There is genetic memory, there is karmic memory, there is articulate, inarticulate, unconscious, subconscious and conscious memories. Right now when we say memory, people think only of their conscious memory, which is less than 1% of their actual memory. See, for example, I can give you 1,000 examples like this which are manifesting in everybody's life. The simple thing is this, let's say 500 years ago, how your great-great-great-grandfather was, you don't remember for sure.
No.
But his nose is sitting on your face probably.
Right. My ears are his ears, yeah.
Yeah, many things.
Yeah.
Even the color of the skin and the texture of the skin, everything. So the minutest details of what happened to your forefathers a million years ago still living with you right now.
Wow.
It is living with you right now. Now all these memories, a composite or an amalgamation of all these complex memories is what you call as myself. What you call as myself, consciously, may be just a small part of that. But that small part is happening because of this massive memory that is there. Like in India, we have in the yogic culture, we have this word called vasana. Vasana literally means smell.
Yes.
So we say your personality is just your smell. See, right now you walk there is jasmine. You recognize the jasmine by its fragrance. You'll recognize filth by its stink. So we recognize your personality by your vasana. What kind of vasana or what kind of smell is coming out of you right now depends on what kind of stuff have you gathered. So now karma means to understand that there is all kinds of things. Because when it comes to memory, you have no choice what to keep and what not to keep. What you try to forget will be foremost in your mind.
Amplified, yeah.
Whatever you think you should not remember. So always people tell me, Sadhguru, my memory is bad. I say, just try to forget it. You'll see it, you will remember it always.
Right.
It's simple. So because this is the nature of the mind, you cannot… there is no subtraction and division in your mind. There is only addition and multiplication. Whatever you try to do, it'll be one more. If you try hard, it'll multiply. This is the nature of your mind. So, what is there in your memory is not your choice. Whatever you see, it's all recorded. Whatever you hear, everything recorded. Whatever you smell, taste, touch, every perception that you have is recorded within you. You have no choice what to record. Here there is a flower which is beautiful, let me just record that. There is filth, I don't want to record that. There's no such thing. Everything gets recorded. So if all this is there, how do I live clean? How do I live happy? You don't have to eliminate the waste. Waste is very valuable. If you know, right now in this garden, they buy waste at a very a very exorbitant price because their waste goes into the public system. They have to buy waste from somewhere, they have to buy filth. So whether you turn your filth into a fertilizer or you smear it on your face and walk around, that's your choice. This is my karma. So what kind of karma happened in my life till this moment is not always my choice. So many things have happened. But what kind of karma I perform right now in this moment is 100% my choice. Will I use this filth as manure and blossom into a wonderful fragrance, or will I smear it around me and walk around with filth? This is the choice everybody has. When unpleasant things happen to us, which happens to everybody in some way if you're living in the world, I'm saying, unless you drop from somewhere else.
Right.
If you're living in this world, so many unpleasant things happen. Now, with these unpleasant things, do you become wise or do you become wounded? This is a choice. To exercise this choice, there must be a little space. When I say a little space, where is your memory stored? People think here, your brain has very little memory, okay? Every cell in the body carries 1 trillion times more memory than your entire brain. Because if I take one cell from you, we can, create you completely in a lab. That means what? Well, your parents, your father and mother gave you only one cell each, they were not very generous, right? Only one cell each. See, a whole man came out of it.
Yeah.
So in that one cell, all this memory, head to toe, everything was there, isn't it?
Yeah.
No mistake. Texture of the hair, texture of the skin, the nails, the works, every detail, to the minutest detail. Was it packed in that one cell? No.
Yeah.
Yes? So every cell in your body carries 1 trillion times more memory than your entire brain carries.
Wow.
So if you do not use that, if you just use one part of your body, then everything seems to be stressful, everything seems to be a struggle. Today, everybody complaining about everything. Everything is stressful. You are a toddler, you have stress of diapers. You are a teenager, you have hormonal stress. You're middle age, you have crisis. Your old age, geriatric stress.
Right.
All right, which is not stress, your entire life is stress. Tell them, okay, you die. Oh, that is enormous stress. So this is not because there is something wrong with anybody's life. It's simply because it's like you have a car, it's supposed to go on 4 wheels. Try to drive on one, okay, one may look like too much. Try to drive on two, well, within 10 miles your tires will burst. Because too much stress on one point, other things are not being used. This is all that's happening to human beings. See, when we say mind, see again your hand went almost here. Are we stressing our minds? No, there is a mind across this body. What is it that you call as a mind? A certain combination of memory and intelligence is mind, isn't it?
So our whole body's mind.
Yes. In yoga, we see physical body, mental body, energetic body, etheric body, bliss body, like this, everything is body. Because it is right across, it is not in any one place. Only intellectual activities here, okay? Right now, because modern societies, particularly Western societies, have become such slaves of their intellect, because of that, they think everything is here.
Right.
Intellect works only with the data that you have gathered. You cannot function beyond your data. That means you will remain so small, because even if you've read the libraries on this planet, what you know in terms of data is minuscule compared to what this cosmos is. With that minuscule, you think you're very intelligent because you're analyzing and processing. Anyway, all these people who think they're intellectually very smart are going to feel dumb, stupid in the next 5 years because your phone will be far more smarter than you. Already people are calling it a smartphone. See, why would you call somebody or something smart? Only because it's smarter than you, right?
Right, yeah, yeah.
Otherwise you wouldn't, all right? So right now, too much dependence on intellect because our education systems are crafted like this, not exploring other dimensions of intelligence at all. See, intellect, if I ask you this simple question, would you like your intellect to be sharp or blunt? Choose quickly, I'm going to bless you, yes.
Sure.
So essentially, intellect is like a knife. If you want to dissect something, it's very good.
Yeah.
So now the only instrument that you have is a knife in your hand. You want to stitch your clothes. If you stitch your clothes with the knife, what will happen? You will be in tatters.
Right.
This is what is happening to people's lives. They are trying to fix everything with their intellect. The harder they try, the more tatters they have become. With all this education, tell me, uneducated people are more unhappy or educated people are more unhappy in the world?
It depends what type of education.
No, generally illiterate people in the rest of the world, tribes and this and that, even in India, many people.
Whenever I visit, I go to Guatemala almost every year, and I visit small villages, and the kids seem so happy.
Yeah. Because they didn't go to school like me.
They don't have much, but they have family, they have community.
What do you mean they don't have much?
I mean, they don't have much in terms of the material
They are not
world.
environmentally disastrous, that's what you're saying.
Right, exactly, yeah. They don't have a lot in the material side of things, but they have a lot in their hearts, richness, connection, community, love, and they seem very happy.
Uneducated people or illiterate people are happier than the educated people. With education, your life should have become better, isn't it? Unfortunately, they're becoming unhappy simply because they only have sharpened their knife. And a sharp knife in your hand and you're unconscious, you're cutting yourself all the time. All the time cutting yourself.
That's painful.
You don't need any outside help. So people come to me and say, Sadhguru, my boss, he's horrible, my mother-in-law, she's not even human, my wife, she's such a pain, my husband like this. I say, you come here to the yoga center, I'll make sure your boss, mother-in-law, wife, husband, nobody enters this place, just you. I'll give you a nice place to live, good food to eat. Nothing to do, just be happy, that's all.
Yeah.
You must be just joyful. I'll make random checks on you. If I find you unhappy or miserable, then I won't feed you because I don't believe in feeding misery. If you remain joyful, I will feed you for the rest of your life and take care of you like you're my prized guest. But if you show misery, we won't feed you. Well, you leave them in one room for 24 hours. You will see in how many ways they'll twist themselves out, it's unbelievable. Because when you're alone, if you're miserable, obviously you're in bad company, isn't it?
Right.
I'm with you, I'm miserable. I think it's because of this guy I'm miserable, this guy I'm miserable. I'm sitting here alone and miserable. Now who?
Right.
Who is causing misery? No, essentially one must understand human experience is caused from within, not from outside.
Right.
What we do, arrangements we do outside in the form of home, family, automobile, this, that, these are arrangements to facilitate our activity. They are not going to make you happy or unhappy, but right now, the car sellers are telling you, only this is joy, this car… I'm sorry, I'm not against any brand, I like the brand. They say this car is joy. Somebody else says, this car is love. Oh, all the best.
This is power, this is… yeah.
Power is okay, car has power. But where is love exuding from the engine or joy exuding from the engine, all right? Power, all right. But right now, if you… this is something I've been noticing, it's only in recent times, probably last 10, 15 years. If you look at any car I look at every advertisement, whether they're selling an automobile or a machine or a crane or an earth mower, because I'm interested in anything that works, not that I'm going to buy them. So when I look at it, car ads, nobody's telling you what's the engine, what's the transmission, what's the power, what's the torque, nothing. They're talking about the leather, they're talking about the wood paneling, they're talking about the stereo. Are you buying a sitting room? You want to buy a drawing room or do you want a car? If I want a car, I would look at the engine, how it is made, what does it do?
Right.
No, nothing. Only because they're buying a car for neighbor's envy. They're not buying a car because they love to drive a good machine.
Yeah.
It's always about being better than somebody else.
Why do we obsess over that in general? And is that mostly in America, or do you see that all over the world?
No, it's everywhere. America kind of setting the, path breaking.
The standard. We're the best at trying to be the best.
So this is unfortunate cultivation that is happening.
Turn that white.
You must be number one. If you are number one, what about all the other 30, 40 kids who are there? They must be below you.
They're losers.
They're losers. So your joy is only in other people failing. When your joy is about other people's misery, that's not joy, that is sickness. Right now, whole world is invested in this. It's not just America. America kind of displays it like that. Not that it's not there everywhere else in the world, everywhere it's there. But here it's being shamelessly displayed, they are little shy everywhere rest of the world, but still they got it.
Yeah.
If you were listening to this podcast whilst waiting for a flight, would you be relaxing in a premium airport lounge? No? Then start your journey with oneworld, a leading alliance of world-class airlines. Reach top-tier status with a oneworld member airlines frequent flyer program, and you can enjoy an array of benefits, including priority check-in and boarding, and access to nearly 700 premium airport lounges around the world. Discover more at oneworld.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Cyber threats keep evolving. Your protection should too. Norton 360 offers easy-to-install antivirus protection against advanced online threats. Staying safe online has never been easier. Join millions of users who trust Norton to keep their devices safe. Start your free trial today at norton.com. Payment method required. Unless cancelled first, billed at the end of the trial period starting at $24.99 for the first year. Terms apply.
See, I see in America, everybody keeps talking about family, family, family. But you've forgotten just as maybe a century ago, maybe a century ago or even 70 years ago or 50 years ago, if you said family, it meant crime.
Why?
Because the families were running the crime,
Oh, wow.
The Cosa Nostra.
The family crime, gotcha.
They always refer to crime as family. Because family is a crime.
Really?
Let me come to that. I know that this will get me into trouble. Let me come to
me.
See, there is only one crime and there's only one evil in the world. That is limited identity. How much crime you will commit simply depends on how empowered you are. If you are highly empowered and your identity is very limited, you will do terrible things. So the most important thing is to enhance or to expand one's identity. See, for example, traditionally in the yogic culture in India, Before we start education for a child, the first and foremost thing is that he must take a cosmic identity. One thing is there is a mantra which says that, but he has to say it again and again. He has to look at the sky and say it, he look at the earth and say it, look at the air and say it, look at the fire and say it, all the elements of water and say it, because these are all the composition of the cosmos. You look at empty space and say it, you look at water and say it, you look at fire and say it, you look at the earth and say it, so that you understand your identity is limitless. Why this is being done is, education is seen as an empowerment. You should not empower a person who has a limited identity because he will cause havoc. I'll take the worst example which will get me into trouble.
Sure.
See, everybody talks about, you're not even supposed to mention this name, Adolf Hitler. Well, many people have been there who caused enormous pain to other human beings. But I don't think anybody managed to organize it, mechanize it, and really deliver it like a factory of misery, like this man did, all right? It's a factory.
Yeah.
Literally a factory of misery, manufacturing misery, properly organized. But do you think there aren't thousands or hundreds and thousands of people with the same mindset in the world? They are.